Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, welcome. I don't come to you guys in this video as Mega Crasher the character, but rather as the man behind the persona Mega Crasher, known as Corey. And I wanted to bring forth this video because this right here is a pretty sad story. And this involves the ROM hack of Pokemon Prism version. For those of you guys that, don't know about this, there was a ROM hack that was 8 years in the making by a man named Adam, which you can see on his Twitter here. I'm sorry, everyone, but Pokemon Prism is canceled. Thank you for your support. And what we got here is a link, actually, to the cease and desist letter from Addison's, and it's the reason for this letter is unauthorized use of Nintendo's intellectual properties. Now, this right here, is a ROM hack that was based off of using the second generation game's graphics and sprites and whatnot, and it was actually a really well-made ROM hack from what I've seen so far in the trailer, and the trailer actually got set to private, so it's really unfortunate to see this project be canceled and taken down by Nintendo. And keep in mind, this isn't the first time, okay, that Nintendo has had a cease and desist on projects. You had Pokemon Brown, Pokemon Prism, and there's other projects from other brands like Metroid, things like that, that ended up getting DMCA'd for their ROM hacks. Now, on one end, Nintendo is completely within right to do this because this does infringe on their intellectual properties, and they obviously aren't down with that, so to speak. But on the other end, it's like, okay, what is honestly the harm in a free ROM hack that people would be able to download? And, the thing of it is that Nintendo wouldn't likely be losing money, because the thing is that this person right here, as far as I know anyways, would not make any money off of people downloading this project. Now, if this was meant to be a paid download, paid to play kind of game, then yes, that right there would in fact be not right, not okay, because you're making money using the intellectual properties of Nintendo. But on the other end here, it's like, if this was completely free, which I'm gonna go out on a branch to say yes, it is free, then, honestly, what is the problem? It's like, this right here should actually flatter Nintendo in a way that people are taking time out of their days, or in this case, 8 years out of their life to produce a project for a game that is based off of Nintendo, based off of their Pokemon franchise. Like, they should be flattered. They should even, like, maybe they should have even, like, reached out to say, like, hey, this idea looks pretty cool. And based on the trailer and based on the information within the trailer, Pokemon Prism would seem to be a really well made, put together kind of game. Especially given the fact that it's a ROM hack. And this was supposed to be released on December 25th, Christmas Day. So for fans of Pokemon Prism, or just Pokemon in general, would be getting essentially a free Christmas present. Now, maybe Nintendo didn't like that or something like that, and that they wanted to put the banhammer on and just say, this project can't happen, things like that. And, understandably, from a legal perspective, on one end, I can kind of understand, because, infringement of their, intellectual rights, copyright, all that stuff, I can understand that. But on the other end, it's like, if you are going to shut down this project, then how do you justify all these other ROM hacks that, Nintendo seems to oversee and not care about, Like, this right here was a big-time project that took 8 years in the making, only to be shut down in one single movement. I mean, I can understand why people would be really pissed off as well. In fact, I'm kind of pissed off myself. But I'm trying to do the best I can to be as neutral and as fair and balanced as possible in this issue. But I also don't want to turn this into too much of like a lengthy rant kind of video. Just kind of want to drop some news on you guys and tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Wow. Wow. This honestly is just really unfortunate because, earlier this year, Pokemon Uranium got shut down and taken down, all that stuff, and it was honestly really unfortunate. And, same with Pokemon Brown. Like, there's other ROM hacks that, are being shut down left, right, and center, but at the same time, there are also ROM hacks that are not being like, questioned or challenged or, you know, even DMCA'd by Nintendo. I'm not saying they should, but the thing of it is like, I'm thinking that Nintendo should probably look into, I don't know, making an effort to reach out to these creators to, you know, either work out a compromise or to maybe even go as far as to use this idea. For example, if they use the idea of Pokemon Prism to make sort of like a remake of a game, or maybe even make a sequel for, say, Pokemon Sun and Moon, you know? Like, Pokemon Prism would seem like the ideal title for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, because you got Necrozma, which is, you know, a prism shaped kind of Pokemon. So, I mean, like, there you go. Like, maybe that's one of the reasons why Nintendo kind of got triggered and shut this down, is because Pokemon Prism might have been one of their ideas. I don't even know, but, like, this is just honestly crazy, man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like, this right here has a bunch of links, as you can see. Like, if you were to click on anything that's red lettered here, like, you would be able to see the links right here, and you'd be able to get more of a full story as to what is going on here. Yeah, this is wow. I can honestly say that it's disappointing, but I mean, at the same time, you know, I can understand where Nintendo's coming from. I still don't think, you know, it really should have happened this way, and I really think that, you know, maybe, just maybe, it was a case of somebody being power hungry or butthurt because someone actually decided to go out of their way to make a project that is dedicated off of Nintendo, things like that. I mean, if this person was to be making money off of this project, like, meaning that, like, you know, if they were to make money for people to play the game, you know, pay to play kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Then I can understand, you know, full well, you know, 100%, you know, you're in the wrong of making money off of Nintendo's intellectual properties, things like that. But, you know, this right here was a fan-funded project that people voluntarily, you know, funded off of this guy's Patreon to make this project a go, you know what I mean? Like, all the way back in 2008, man, is when all this started. You know, we're coming to the end of 2016, and, whew, wow. Rest in peace, Pokemon Prism, man. What the fuck, man? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's really all I have to say. You know, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. This is a pretty big deal, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I'd really like to hear from you guys. Then that's pretty much all I got to say. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have yourself a good one, and I'll see you guys next upload.